So, we're gonna do a little bit of a different stream today. We're gonna be playing on the Ribaria map, on officials, and I had someone ask me a long time ago whenever I did the Let's Grow a, oh gosh, what was it? Was it Styracosaurus? Gosh, I should really know. I think it's Styracosaurus. Anyways, somebody asked me to grow a Ceratosaurus, so let's grow a Cera. As you've probably realized, I am not doing this like I normally do. We're going to have no raptor lady today. I could do it. The problem is my computer is freaking out. I'm not sure what happened. I came home and it looked like somebody had put it on the floor. And I don't know if it had fallen or if they dropped it. I don't know. It looked like it was set nicely on the floor. But, yeah, now all of a sudden the entire screen, like, jitters really bad. And so I was trying to figure out what had happened. And it was like, well, update your drivers and reset your graphics card and try all these other things. And I was like, yeah, cool, we tried all that. Nothing. And then it was like, okay, there's probably something wrong with your display ribbon. And I was like, God damn it. I'm gonna have to take it apart. And so I was like, well, okay, I wanna play Monster Hunter, so let's do that. Let's take it apart. I should turn that off. There we go. But anyways, so I was like, yeah, fine, okay. So I took the stupid thing apart, and it took me forever just to figure out what the stupid... I went to look at the laptop. I have it opened. I should close it. It's off. It's just open. But I'll close it so that I don't keep looking at it. Oh, hello. You're very cute. I do a big stretch. I don't know. G. Perfect. I was hoping that would work. But yeah, so I took the stupid thing apart, and it made a huge deal about unplugging the battery. And I'm like taking pictures of what I'm doing and like sending it to Google so that Google can help me, because I've never had to do that before. So I was like, is this the graphics ribbon? Is that the graphics ribbon or the display ribbon? Is this the display ribbon? And it's like, you're right next to it. You're right next to it. You're right next to it. And I'm like, whoops. And I'm like, can you stop telling me? Ugh. Yes, I'm fully aware, okay? Come on. Okay, there we go. And, yeah. And so it's like, that's not it, but you're right next to it. That's not it, but you're right next to it. That's not it, but you're right next to it. And I'm like, okay, there's only so many places I can check. I can't be right next to it for literally ever. So then I started taking pictures of smaller areas, and finally it was like, and a couple of times it was like, no, it's not here. No, it was over there. No, actually it was over here. And then I did it, and then it was like, you didn't do it right. And so I was like, what? Because it's like, you gotta line it up, but you also need to push it in all the way. And I'm like, you gotta pick one. Line it up with what? Line what up with what? Just make up your mind. And so finally I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna do it. And it was like, don't do that. Don't do that, because it could blow up a processor and your whole laptop will be fried, and probably just the graphics center, but still, it was like, it'll fuck it. It'll fuck it. Don't do it. And I was like, then give me clearer directions. For the love of God, give me clearer directions. Because at one point it was like, take a picture and I'll show you. And so I was like, oh cool, it's gonna like put a little red or green dot or circle, and I'm gonna be able to just, you know, it's right here, stupid. Because it even kept telling me, it was like, just read the stuff on the motherboard. Everything's labeled. And I'm like, nothing is labeled. Everything is labeled. There's little letters on like literally everything, but none of it was the letters I was looking for. None of it was, and at one point it was even like, I see the letters, but then it couldn't tell me where. And then whenever I finally figured out where the ribbon was, I was like, there is not, you're making stuff up. I was like, you're literally just making stuff up. There was no letters. There was no letters. I mean, there was letters literally everywhere, but not the letters it told me there was, because it was like, just find the letters. They're right there. The letters are right there. They were not. They were not right there. So I ended up fighting with this thing forever. For no good reason. And then finally I put it all back together and I was like, I'm turning this fucker on. I'm just turning it on. And I was like, it's either gonna work. It's gonna do exactly what it was doing 2 minutes ago, or it's gonna fry it and my decision will be made, right? So I plug it all back in, I snap everything back together, and I turn it on, and it was still jittery. It was still doing exactly what it was doing before I went through an hour and a half of annoyance to try to figure it out. And then I was like, well, because I also plugged it into another monitor, and it played perfectly on the other monitor. Technically the other monitor is the TV I'm using right now, but it worked. And so part of me was like, do I want to hook everything up to the TV? And I was like, I don't have long enough cords to do that. Because it's like, the PlayStation doesn't really need a TV if I'm just doing it through my laptop, through the remote play. So it's not like I need 2 screens going, I don't think. The PlayStation just has to be on. But, yeah. I was like, I don't have cords long enough. So now, I gotta figure out, do I want to take the laptop in to see if a professional can fix it, because it looks like the ribbon is fine up until it enters the back of the screen, and then I don't feel confident enough to pull that apart, because I feel like I'm gonna actually break the screen, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it all the way. Oh, right. I was like, I wanted to do something before I went north. I want to go discover the this area over here real quick. And I can't remember what it's called now, for whatever reason. But yeah, so now I'm gonna have to decide, do I want to take the laptop in and see if somebody can actually get it apart and I'm assuming replace the entire display ribbon. And I don't know, maybe I'd have to do Cliff Edge Falls, that's what it's called. Maybe I'd have to do the entire display and display ribbon. I'm not entirely sure, because the way it's together looks like you can't take them apart. Which I'm sure, you know, somebody out there is more skilled than me that could do that. I just don't do that on a regular basis. And I don't really have a dummy or a donor that I can try it on that I don't care if I break. I kind of do, because I was fixing somebody else's laptop, because I can do like the software stuff sometimes. Though I could not with his. But he hasn't contacted me back, so I don't know if he even wants it anymore. Because I don't think he's interested in paying somebody to fix it. He was gonna pay me probably like $20 to fix it, and I was like, well, if it needs an update or it needs booted or it needs something simple, yeah, I'll do $20. But when it comes to hardware, what the? Well, I don't know, but I don't want to get the home cave debuff, so yeah, maybe we'll just go here. Maybe we'll just do this. Oh shoot. He probably wouldn't kill a baby. Famous last words? He stopped moving. He's moving again? Is he moving away? Oh no, he's... Oh my god, how did I miss him? Ah! Hello? How did I not hear you? I don't know if he's trying to talk to me or not. Okay, interesting. I really expected him to walk up and kill me. I was like, this is the end. Hello. What a weird little group. Oh, it's a lamb. I wondered why it looked like it was moving so weird. Interesting. You're inhibiting my growth. What a strange group. What a strange group. What a strange group. If you just had a Metri. If you just had a Metri. Oops, I meant to... There we go. Bye-bye! Yeah, if they just had a Metri, they'd have Apexes and Healers. That'd be a scary group. Cole's kind of annoying. But, yeah, so now I have to decide, do I want to take the laptop in and pay someone to hopefully replace the ribbon and or display. There's nothing wrong with the display, but, I don't know, the way it's all connected just kind of looked like you couldn't do one without the other. I don't know. Again, somebody more skilled than me would know better. That's why you pay people to do stuff sometimes. If I can do it myself, that's cool, but sometimes it's better to just say, you know what? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And I don't want to rip this into shreds, and I don't want to have to throw it away. But, yeah. So my options are to take it somewhere and see if somebody can fix it and replace stuff. Or I could figure out how to get a secondary screen and make it my main, and then just not use the laptop screen, and somehow make it to where the recording software will also not default to the default screen. That's a new plant. Huh. Or I have to hook everything up to my TV. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check if the camera was still working. I should have done that. I could always get an external camera. That's not a huge deal. But, or I could get cords. I could get really long cords so that I could use the TV, and then my laptop would just be far away. Which would be a little tricky. It'd be a little weird. Depending on how I had the cord set up and stuff. I mean, I could have the cords far away, or I could have the laptop far away or close. It depends on which cords I get long versions of, I guess. My other option is just buy a whole new laptop. But to be honest, when I got this one from a pawn shop. I got really lucky with it too. I don't think that they knew what they had. Because it's an MSI laptop. I don't know specifically which one, because I got it secondhand. But, they were selling two. They were selling one. They were exactly the same, I think. They looked exactly the same. But, they had one that they had the original charging cord for, and maybe a mouse or something. I can't remember. But, then they had the other one, and they didn't have anything at all for it. No charging cord, no mouse, no nothing. You just got the laptop. And they wanted... we almost thought about picking them both up. But, they wanted, I think, $150 for the one that they had all the stuff to. And then, I think they wanted $100 even for the one I took. And they both looked great. They both looked like they hadn't had a scratch on them. They both looked like somebody used them a couple of times and just decided that that wasn't the way they wanted to go. And I've had the laptop for a while and haven't used it to its full potential. I've gotten pretty close with this project, with this hobby. Do I hear... Did I hear stomps? I feel like I heard stomps. Oh, that won't get me all the way to the middle island. That is probably not worth the risk at this size. Or maybe it is, because I don't have a lot to lose at this size. But if I was bigger, I could make that jump, possibly. But, yeah. So, I actually didn't have the money for it, so somebody bought it for me, which was really nice. Because they also knew what it was, and we were both like, what? And I don't know, maybe that's what secondhand MSI go for, maybe that's pretty standard, but we were both kind of were like, that's an MSI that turns on, and they want $100 for it? For a fully functioning... Oh, dang it. Let me drink. For a minute I thought I didn't have audio. You really gonna ring around the rosy this... I hate you. I actually hate you. You're so annoying. Let me get some water. Yeah, go back to your thing. But yeah, we were both like, no freaking way. So I was like, oh, I don't have that. I was like, I'll come back for it though. I was like, I will definitely be back for that. And the person I was with was like, no, you need to snag one of those today. And I was like, I would love to snag one today, but I was also like, I'm gonna have to take the gamble because groceries. And they were like, yeah, we're not taking the gamble. And I was like, what? I was like, what you talking about? I'll be back. And they were like, no you won't. Because you won't need to be. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, yes, yeah. I got some pretty cool people. I got some pretty cool people in my corner. Oh, yeah, I guess I do have stuff I can claim, don't I? I need to kill 3 toads. I don't really know where the longhorn beetles are. I feel like whenever I find those, it's kind of a happy accident, so I think we're gonna go up to Tall Brush. We're just gonna kind of move around the map. Oh, I could just go around. Do I risk it? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Risk it all. Oh god. If I knew how slow I was, I wouldn't have. If I knew I was so slow. Such a slow swimmer. Dude. What the heck? Aw, I was hoping you'd have a bug. No bug. Because I'll collect them on the way. I mean, if you're going to give them to me, I'll take them. But it's going to be another, yeah, it's going to be another snagged for... I feel like those are everywhere when I don't need them, but the second I need them, I must just be magic. I just must be absolute magic, and I just must run just perfectly to not see a single one. Kind of like the beetles right now. I feel like whenever I don't want the beetles, it'll be like, here you go, and here's another one. And there's 5 more. But the second I need them, I must just take the perfect pathing to not see a singular one. Like magic. Oh, and you know what? I can discover that rock up ahead too. I should be looking out for lookout points and discoverable areas. Usually I'm not too worried about it, because usually I play on community and it's not so important. Because usually you'll get like some passive growth. But I'm not gonna get any passive growth on officials. Officials doesn't give you any help at all. Hey. That quest might reset though, so it's not worth it. But it's got green and red moss. I heard something scream in the distance. That's always a good sign. Okay, I think if you run along the back of, yes, this rock, you get a discovery. And then I would also like to go hit Dry Fang. Just tap it. I just want to tap it. Oh. Oh god. That is enemy number 1 for me. Oh shoot. We're just gonna curl up. Okay, I thought I heard something. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, is he patrolling this area, or is he traveling? Because I don't... Oh. Okay. He might be going up to Dry Fang now. Ooh, this is not as hidden as I was hoping it would be. I am hearing big stomps. I saw his wings. He might just be resting in a tree. Because I think once I'm full grown, he can't snag me. But I think he can snag me up until the point I am 100% full grown. Okay, I think he's gone. I did hear some big ass stomps over there though. So I'd like to go touch Dry Fang. And then there is some caves, I think, up by the home cave? This might not be worth it. This might not be worth it. Oh, I was hoping there would be caves over here. I want to snag Dry Fang. But I heard stomps. I think that the Hats has moved on. So, I've been thinking about, I have been thinking about starting a series up on Path of Titans again. I've thought about it a couple of times where I thought it might be interesting to hop in as whatever. I chose Cera. And, every... Are you what screamed? Are you so for real right now? You're kind of quick. But I was thinking about hopping in as whatever, and I chose Cera. And then every time I die, I hop in as whatever killed me. So, if the Hats would have killed me, then I would have started a Hats. And then if a Cera would have killed me, I would have continued growing my Cera. And just kind of going around and around and around as whatever killed me last. I don't know if that would be interesting or not. Can I run up to the wall over there and grab Dry Fang? No. It's not gonna work, is it? No. Because I'd have to lose this location. I would have had to have lost it already. Oh well. Can I get up this way? Okay, I was like, surely not. But yeah, so that was an idea I had. Oh, crossing here. Oh, I didn't jump. That could have been death. I actually don't think there was anything in there, though, so I'm gonna snag a drink. Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna move to Dry Fang. But just for a second. I don't actually want to be in Dry Fang. I just want to discover it real quick and get out. And I don't want anybody to see me while I'm doing it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Get out. Get out. Get the heck out. Okay. And then I'm gonna go up this way. What is that? Why is it so loud? Must be itching for a fight. Either that or something's just stalking it to death. Okay. I need cave systems. I don't know if there is any. I think there would be on that island. Do I want to do that? Do I want to get to that island and make my way over to Volcano? Yeah. Yeah. I thought there'd be a safe way to cross. Okay. Oh. Snaggled Bone Gully. Didn't know there was a discoverable area here. Oh, what are those? Grubs? Oh, please tell me that insectivores can eat those. That would be awesome. I didn't know they had added stuff. I was unawares. I feel like this game gets an update like every 3 days sometimes, and it's just... it's impossible to keep up with. Just like straight up impossible to keep up with. Okay, cave. Got another one of those beetles. No caves. Cave would be nice. A little security. Safety. Interesting rocks. Is this a cave? No. Aw, I thought it was for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, they're being super sneaky. That's okay. I think there's a lookout up here. As long as nobody else is here. Yeah. Okay. And we've already done this one. We haven't done a waystone yet. We could try to go snag that one. Kind of puts us in an awkward position for the swim across, though. Because we either have to make, like, a couple of medium swims or one huge swim. Just gonna take one sea thing, and I don't really want to be a sea thing because I don't want to have to, or I don't want to get killed by a sea thing, because if I am doing, I have to be whatever killed me. It could be a long time before I'm killed by something. I think we're gonna risk it. I think we're gonna risk it. Okay. This was probably not a great place to cross. But we're going for it. And at this point, if something shows up, we're just screwed. Because we're not fast enough. We're not fast enough to cross. We're not fast enough to go back. So we would be at the mercy of whatever found us. That might be kind of fun to be a Sarco and grab stuff just to help it cross. They'd be like, no, I'm dead. And then you're just like, okay, here you go. Little taxi ride. Oh, it'd be cool if you could be like bright ass yellow. Really embody the taxiness. Cave? No. Interesting. Oh, that beetle's in a different position. Do you move? No. That sucks. Also, yeah, stag beetle. I'm not possibly strong enough to do this yet, am I? We're going for it. We're going for it. We're going for it. Come on. Come on. Oh, crap. No. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm dead, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm dead. No way. No way. No way. They had to nerf the hell out of those. You used to have to be like halfway through sub to be able to do those. Which was stupid. There's a... Oh, on the island. Okay. Maybe I will want to do a couple of smaller swims then. Maybe I will. Because I would like to get that done so that I get not such a annoying one. I hate whenever it gives you one of those where, like, it's, like, specific areas. And if I would have been paying attention, I might have had it whenever I was back in Blackfern. And that probably would have been a good place to do that one. But I bet it replaced my home cave one, and I bet I didn't have it. Does anybody ever use the sway stone? I feel like I've only ever used the sway stone once. I've used it to do this a few times. But I don't feel like I've ever... Oh, I did hear something. What are you? Oh my goodness, he's so ferocious. That's cute. Okay. So, yeah, we might want to try to get to that island. I don't want to be too confident about the water. Because it just takes that one time. It just takes that one time that you thought you were safe for the game to remind you what game you're playing. But I would very much like to get to that island. Now another problem is with these two little islands here, if I land on them and something finds me there, yeah, I can stop and I can catch my breath, but I'm not big enough to really hold my own. Which means I either have to figure out how to log out, or I have to figure out how to make them get bored. And depending on what they are, some of them can go on land. Like the Tylosaurus has like a breach, and it can get up there pretty quick. Oops, I didn't mean to auto walk anymore. Wanted to get a little bit of stam. I don't think I'll need it. The other problem is I'm so slow in the water too that once I jump, I've almost just have to do it. Like I'm looking, and I don't know why. It just doesn't really matter. Is this pond discoverable? That'd be cool if it gave me some growth. Are you a discoverable pond? Ooh, look at that! And I have milk cap mushrooms now. Hey, it is discoverable. Okay, we need to disturb the burrow. Hopefully I'm close enough to the side that he will spawn and run onto land. Because if he runs into the water and dives, I'm pretty much out of luck. That's another thing. I wish they wouldn't give you semi-aquatics when you are fully terrestrial. Could you run? I am not making any fight sounds. Hey! That only took 2 bites. That's pretty nice. Can I pick up this whole thing? I don't need it. I'm not gonna take it with me. I'm just curious. Do I pick up the whole thing? Aww. Aww. And it's not even, like, the right color. Dang. I thought I heard footsteps again. Getting paranoid. This game's good at that. This game's really good at getting you paranoid. Okay. Are there any milk cap or moths on this island? Any at all? Too bad I don't have shelf mushroom. I'll probably get that next as soon as I leave the island. I'll get that one. As soon as I'm nowhere near any of those resources. Dang. It's keeping the moths from me. It is, ain't it? There's not a single one. Really? Not a single moth. They just don't like the island, I guess. Aw, I thought this was gonna have it. I was like, oh, yes. Never mind. I'm a liar. Well, dang. Okay, well, let's hide in the tree. Seems like, yeah, seems like a good place to hide real quick. Oh, no, I have to be at a home cave. Oh, poop. I think I might almost be, yeah, almost adolescent. I can spend my marks. Oh, I don't have very many. I can spend them, though. Okay, we got cracked shoots, or scoots, sorry. Cracked scoots. Build up 1 stack of cracked scoots every 30 seconds for a maximum of 3. I feel like this used to have a maximum of 5. Reduces incoming damage by 15% per active stack. Incoming attacks will remove 1 stack per hit. While a stack is active, attackers will receive reflect damage when hitting certain areas of the body. Do I build up 1 stack every 30 seconds regardless of if I'm in combat? That's kinda nice. What are you? Oh, passively tracks dinosaur carcasses. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Medium damage, charge up, inflict fracture, not full bone break. Power bite, oh, causes recoil. Fast attack that causes more damage with each consecutive hit, dealing 100% increased damage within 75 meters of a player's corpse. A bite attack that rapidly turns to face behind you and change your direction. That's not horrible, but I think that one might be the best. That one might not be bad, but it depends on how much recoil. I think I want that one. And then, while near a player's corpse, all enemies deal 15% reduced damage. Meh. Gain 24% increased health recovery from healing buffs. Increase bleed heal, fracture heal, poison heal, venom heal, and toxin heal by 20%. Do I have other healing buffs? Or would that be, like, more beneficial if I had a Metri? Deal 25% more damage, but lose 10% maximum health. Ooh. Gain 75% increased maximum health, but lose 5% of status effect heal. Ooh. How much health do I have anyways? Would that be like 10%? 20%? Or like 3%? I have no idea. Increased health or increased damage? That is a tough one. What was the bite that I chose? Oh, it's not. Oh, that's tough. What do I have for this? Oh, yeah. I hate Scavenger because it doesn't let you eat fresh meat anymore. I wish it was like, make it like 4 times more expensive, I don't care. But I should still be able to eat fresh meat. Yeah. Okay. I am curious about that one, too. Do I have healing buffs on this thing? I have no idea. Whatever. We're gonna stick with that for now. And then... It'd be nice if the next Froggo was ready. I doubt it. Oh, yes! I really did doubt. Actually, let's get into a better position. There we go. Nice. Okay, we might stick around here for another minute or two just to finish out the frogs. So I don't have to look at... You're gigantic. I wish I made more noise when I bit things. Get back here. I don't like the intense music. Did he jump down? Where did he end up? Oh, there he is. I was like, please don't tell me he's in the water. Would you slow down? I'm missing all of my bites. Every one of them. Just a total miss. Not even close. Yeah, I don't know where the next one of these spawners is. And... I don't like having to deal with this. I'm like trying not to even move too much so I don't get out of frame. I'm so used to sitting in front of that motion capture now that it's just messing with my head. Ooh, that's pretty. So, I also keep seeing things that I find super duper annoying about, like, the birth rate. I saw a video, actually from a channel I really like, so I was super disappointed that I felt like they took such a... I don't know, like a, politically correct view on the matter. So, I think we're all well aware, I think everybody's probably heard at this point, that the birth rate is really low. Too low. Dangerously low. Horrendously low. It's scaring people. Mostly I think it's scaring people that it's really none of their business in the first place. Like, it is and it isn't, right? Because, like, not having more people is usually a bad thing, because, like, then there's not people buying your products. Excuse me. But they also don't want to fix anything to make it to where people can do that. And so we have a bunch of like really well-off rich people that are complaining that people aren't buying products when all they've done for the last, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years is figure out how to screw people over. And now they're all over there like surprised Pikachu face that was not a sustainable business model, right? Because I feel like businesses used to care. And, like, businesses also used to be more interesting, too. Because they had personality, right? Businesses used to have personality. They used to care what people thought. They used to be trying to impress you to get your money. But now they have brand recognition. So they're not worried about any of that. They know you're going to buy their stuff. Because it's second nature to you now. And they know that they're super duper secure because even if a newcomer comes in, you're so used to grabbing their product that it just doesn't really matter. Even if you leave for a little while for something else, that company's likely to go under. And then you'll be right back. And this is also something that kind of bothers me about people, is we have as much power as we want to have. We just are very easy to convince that we don't. It's very easy to convince people that they don't actually have any power. And it's sad because so many of them believe it, and then things get bad, and then again, the surprised Pikachu faces. Because the birth rate could be fixed. There are multiple steps that could be taken to fix the birth rate. I don't know about other countries, but in America. I'm assuming it would be similar things there as well. But like, fixing the housing crisis, and one of the things that the video brought up that was actually a good point, and it was the infographic show. One of the things that they brought up that was actually a really good point was that housing has become a big problem, but for more reasons than people probably understand at this point, because I think, again, everybody's well aware that houses have inflated faster than wages have inflated. But, like, also they have inflated faster than, like, food and other luxury, well, I shouldn't say other luxury items. Houses shouldn't be considered a luxury, but for some reason they have luxury prices at this point. But, they've also inflated faster than luxury goods, like cars and cell phones and jewelry. They have inflated at this really, oh my god, they have inflated at this really stupidly fast rate, which has just kind of left people screwed. Like, if you want to own a home, it's kind of just tough. You need to just figure it out. But also, there's not really a way around it at this point, because are there bones in the water there? There are. Have these always been here? Weird. Okay. Whatever. maybe I should swim to that medium one and then over. But there's multiple things that could be done to fix the housing crisis. I think there's just too many people in power that don't want to, because it would hurt their profit margins to do so. Because the problem is like, so let's say you're trying to, let's say that you're trying to find a place to live, right? A lot of people's first instinct is probably going to be to buy a house. It's the American dream, it's stability, security, maturity. It's also just kind of what you're expected to do, is to buy a house. So I think people's first instinct is probably to buy a house. Well, the problem with that is becoming a pipe dream for more and more people every single day. Because houses are expensive. And they're more expensive than they've ever been. They're stupidly expensive. But also, banks don't want to give loans. Even to, like, secured people. Even loans that you would... What? What? I've never had that before. Why'd that happen? Huh. No idea. Absolutely no idea. Anyways, but yeah, so people's first instinct is probably to buy a house. And the problem is houses are so stupidly expensive at this point. And banks don't want to give loans for them, even to people that are, like, safe. Like, even people that you would be like, oh, that's a safe bet. Banks apparently are telling them no as well. Banks are just kind of turning everyone away, from what I'm hearing. It doesn't matter if you've got two incomes. It doesn't matter if they're high or low, or it doesn't matter if you've never missed a payment in your life. I think the banks are scared. And I think that's a good sign for the rest of us that something really bad is about to happen. Are you so for real right now that I'm not tall enough for this? Really? I don't like that answer. I don't like that answer. Okay. Might have gotten a little too stubborn there. But I didn't like that answer. That was stupid. But, I think that's also a really good sign that, like, people know someone is very aware something really bad is about to happen, right? The people that are in charge of the money are painfully aware that something really bad is about to happen, which should be alarm bells for everyone. What do they know? What are they hiding? Because, from what I understand, they are denying people that they really have no business denying. But again, let's just say that you're an upstart, whatever. You don't have anything. You're denied. You weren't a safe bet. No one was surprised. So your next bet is an apartment. You're gonna rent. Okay, well, welcome to America. You probably can't afford it. You probably can't afford that. Or if you can just barely afford it, right? You can just barely afford it. So, like, don't plan any outings. Don't plan any fun anything. Because groceries are a thing that you're gonna need, and you need to make sure that you have enough. So, don't do literally anything else with your money. And I think a lot of people are finding that between the rent and the utilities and the food, there just isn't room. Oh God. There just isn't room for anything else. There just isn't. And just that fact alone kills me. That, like, there are people that are, like, freaking out that the birth rate is fucked. But they also won't admit that, like, part of the problem is housing, and no one's doing anything about it. Part of the problem is housing, and no one is doing anything. Because if I can't find somewhere for me to exist, why would I create another person that, again, doesn't have room to exist, but also I'm responsible for finding the room for that person to exist? And I'm also hearing that, I guess landlords are refusing people that have kids. Kind of like they refuse people that have pets. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, right? Especially in this day and age. I've seen people's dumbass kids. I don't want them in my house. I understand that you don't want them in your house, and you definitely don't want them living there, not under your supervision. I totally get it. I totally get it. Because the little monsters are going to break stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't think that you should have to. I don't think that you should have to allow that sort of damage. Unless you're affiliated with the government, and then I'm going to disagree. If you are getting some sort of government funding, all of that should go out the window. You shouldn't be doing that crap. I also think that maybe that should just be a thing, that there should be government-funded housing. And I can already hear somebody out there is going to be like, there is! Then there's not enough of it. Then there's not enough of it. Because, again, and I'm not going to claim that I know exactly what I'm talking about, but I have heard that pretty much anybody can start, like, a halfway house. I don't know what they're called. Maybe that's just what they're called. I don't know. But apparently, like, anybody can start one. And anybody can fill out the paperwork to be, like, recognized as one and get government funding for them, and, like, anybody can do that. Can they do that with housing? Is there a program like that for housing where anybody can sign up? can sign their property up to be part of that program? And then are there enough incentives to even do that, right? Are there enough incentives? Because I think the first problem that they need to focus on is space, right? You want this creature to exist, whether it's a dog or a cat or a literal human baby. It has to have somewhere to exist, which seems to be something we can't all agree on for some reason. And it needs to be rectified. And there's probably not a clean answer to this, because part of the problem that the infographics brought up was that there is apartments and there are apartment buildings, and you know, they exist, but whoops, I didn't realize he was gonna come at me. But the problem is they're not big enough, right? So logically, if I was a developer and I was buying land to develop into apartments, I would want to cram as many people in as small of a space as possible for highest profits. It's just a no-brainer. However, that means that we have lots of one-bedroom housing available. And the government gets a little upset when you have a family that would traditionally require more than one bedroom, but you only physically have one bedroom, right? They get this, they have to start sticking their nose in things now, right? Somebody's probably gonna come talk to you now, right? Because magically you're gonna be able to change the shape of your house. I don't know what they expect people to do. I'm not sure, but I'm sure someone will come talk to you, right? I'm sure someone will come talk to you at some point that your house is too small. And there's probably fines for that. Because of course, you know, if you couldn't afford to move, you can definitely afford constant fines. And the way the government works is just really stupid too, because they just want money for everything, which is a whole other conversation. But now, again, you're in this weird position where you need to choose how you're going to fix this problem. How are you going to fix this problem? You don't have enough bedrooms. Oh, there is an apartment that's 3 bedrooms, but it probably costs 5 times of what you're paying, and you can barely afford what you're paying now. So now, do you get a second job? Do you ask mom for help? Do you just start cramming those bedrooms with random strangers to pay rent? Like, what's the play now? he goes. Is he a TT? He looks like a TT. And so again, like, there needs to be incentives for people to build... There we go. For people to build apartments that have more than one bedroom. Because we're creating this, like, infrastructure that is almost pushing families in the direction of, hey, don't have kids. Not like, hey, do you want to have kids? Are you interested in having kids? Just, hey, here's a tiny studio apartment that barely you and your significant other fit in. You should just probably not have kids. That would be the smart idea, right? So again, we need incentives for people to build multiple bedroom housing, but we also need incentives to keep it affordable. Because these are all problems that we're having. The housing is too small, and when it's not too small, it's too expensive. And so the system's not working for anybody, except for the rich. The rich are getting richer. And it just kills me. They have enough money to live their life comfortably, more than comfortably, in luxury, like 27 times over. But then you've got, you know, Joe and Samantha over there that they're trying to figure out, well, can we have a child this year? Can we have a child this year? Do we have the room? Can we afford the room? And then, let's say, magically, somehow, you know, let's say Grandma dies. Grandma died, and she left you $300,000. Just enough for you to buy your own home that's big enough to have children in, right? So now that problem's solved. Okay, you finally have your house. Grandma's gone, but her contribution will help the lineage continue. Thank you, Grandma. Now you've got more issues. You need to have the kid, and you're gonna get charged out the ass. You're gonna get charged like you're gonna get charged like you're a criminal, like you just broke 17 laws to have this baby. And now again, you're in debt, because you might owe anywhere from $3,000 to $700,000 because you decided to have a baby. Something that the government wants you to do, something that society needs you to do, has screwed you over. We could fix this by having universal health care like many other countries do. And I understand that there's arguments for and against it, but maybe, just maybe, we could all agree that, like, you know, even if we don't have to cover everything, right? We don't have to cover everything. How about just universal, oh god, what's it called? Pregnancy care? Can we just have that? Can we just have that? Either of those problems would or either of those solutions would solve that problem. Or how about the government just foots the bill? The government just foots the bill. Because the government claims that they want babies. They want us having babies. I can't afford to have a baby. I literally can't afford it. I can't afford the act of having a baby with my own body. I can't afford it. But that could be fixed. It could be fixed. So then let's just... Oh, those are... Interesting. Those are popping back super fast. So let's just say that, again, magically, there is not universal healthcare. We're not going to say that there's universal healthcare. But let's say that the government has agreed that for the next 20 years, childbirth is on them, right? Natural, C-section, epidural, you know, 5-day stay, NICU, whatever you need. Whatever you need, it's covered. Let's say that they just did that. We don't get all the other stuff, but we do get that. That one thing. So now, you don't have a bill. You don't have a bill from the hospital. You don't have that headache. Thank God. Well, now, you've gotten your baby home. And you never realized how expensive or how difficult raising another human being could be, right? Because just in the first couple of weeks, you're gonna have diapers, you might have formula, you're gonna be, you know, mom's gonna be a wreck, dad might be a wreck, the house is gonna be a wreck. Keeping up with all the chores, keeping up with the baby, changing your lifestyle, and then again, diapers, more diapers. When you think you've had enough diapers, more diapers, formula and more formula, blankets and clothes and shoes, and oh my God, actually, you're not even allowed to take the baby home yet. You gotta go get a car seat. You can't hold him. Nope. Nope, you're not allowed to put him in your lap. Absolutely illegal. You will get pulled over. You will be stopped. You will be, you will get a citation. There we go. So now, you owe for that too if you, didn't have your stupid car seat ready in time. You also need a crib. You're gonna need maybe some pacifiers and some little hats. And then there's just the stuff you're gonna want, right? Like you probably want to have some stuffed toys. Want to have some just cutesy things. So now you're talking hundreds, thousands of dollars in just the first couple of weeks. And that's all stuff that you'll have to figure out. I don't think that the government should have to help you with that. Because again, as consumers, we can control the prices of those things by just refusing to buy the expensive ones. Buy the cheap stuff. You know? Even if it gives your kid a rash. I understand that that sucks. I do. I've had to deal with a baby that had a pretty bad infection. Not my baby, but, it's awful. It's just screaming and crying, and it's horrible, and I understand that. To an extent, right? To an extent. But also, you have to fight to keep those prices low. Because they will not do it. They're not going to do it out of the kindness of their hearts. But then there was something that I learned that kind of pissed me off. Some of that stuff expires. And I can think of one thing in very particular that pissed me off. Car seats. seats. Don't even think about going to Goodwill. Don't even think about looking at Facebook. Because that car seat is almost guaranteed to be expired. The safety regulations change so quickly that you can't keep up. On a car seat, I had no idea until I was talking to someone, and they got into, I think, a car crash, and the car seats hadn't been destroyed, so the cops were like, okay, you know, we'll pull the car seats, and and you can take little Timmy or whatever home, and that was fine. But they were like, hey, by the way, you're gonna have to get a new car seat. Like, don't use that one again. And it's like, what are you talking about? What? What are you talking about? It's a car seat. And they were like, yeah, it doesn't have some of the new stuff that you have to have now. So they were like, you can use it because, like, we're being nice, essentially. But they were like, don't do it again. Don't do it again. And it's like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, are you so for real right now? You're telling me that I can't use a car seat? A car seat. Because some new law has passed in the time I've had my baby. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I wish that they had to broadcast those, like, way more clearly. Because it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous to think that you could update a law every couple of months, maybe? I don't know. How often are those things updated? He looks weird in albino. Yeah, I remember hearing about that, and I was like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, they were actually told that they couldn't use a car seat anymore? That the car seat was considered dangerous at this point? So, like, you probably couldn't even go to Goodwill and buy one, because Goodwill's probably not going to put them on the shelves because of liability. But that's just ridiculous to me. So, like, forget about hand-me-downs. They might literally be illegal. They might literally be illegal. That's insane. And even so, like, there are other programs that I feel like they make harder to take advantage of every day. And part of me gets it, some people were, you know, taking advantage of in the wrong context, and they were using things that they didn't need. But it just sucks for people that, like, genuinely needed the help, or for families that genuinely would need the help later. Now they can't get it because now the government's suspicious and has made access to those programs much more difficult. Which is good and bad. Nice. And we are adolescent now. But just in the first year of having a child, you have to figure out the housing, the hospital bill, the first couple of weeks, and you're talking easily hundreds of thousands of dollars. Easily. You could easily get into the millions of dollars. And that's just ridiculous because, again, who's having babies? Teens and 20-year-olds? How many people do you know that are 16, 17, 18, 19 years old that can go drop 300 grand on a house and then can also drop 20 grand on a hospital bill and then can also drop 5 grand on just random supplies? Because I would like to meet them. I would like to know what I did wrong with my life. It's just insane. And I really, like, the rich are creating a world where only they can exist. The rich are creating a world that is only habitable to them. Welcome, welcome, whoever just joined me. Try to get access to my phone here. Boop. There we go. Hello. Welcome in. But yeah, the world's just crazy. People trying to get started in the world is crazy. Just how impossible it is. This is the Ceratosaurus. I'm playing official, so I only have access to the in-game dinos. I don't have any modded dinos. Oh, I thought I heard something. It was just the Waystone. I forgot that they make noise. Oh, I don't have the Waystone quest. Whoops. Whoops. Came all the way up here for that, and I already done it. Silly, silly. Cera's pretty fun. It's nice and quick. It's kind of like a little bully. You could definitely get on some people's nerves with it, I'm sure. Okay, I think maybe we should make our way to Palm and then Twisted. So, let's see if we get caught up with anything. Because we need to make a couple swims. Got anything in the water? That looks weird. That, like, ring over there? I don't play aquatic very much. I wish that they had, like, just aquatic, like a just aquatic map. Cause, like, don't get me wrong, this map is great, and I like this map, and it is really good for helping the aquatics get a little more attention and just be a little more interesting to play. But I wish that they had a map that was just dedicated to the aquatics. Because I still feel like it's very easy to not see anybody. Like, usually I'll play a semi-aquatic so that I can get out of the water. Because it gets boring. Well, I wasn't expecting to be able to grow all the way. We've made it further than I thought we would, getting all the way to adolescent. We've ran across a few people, but either no one's been aggressive or we've avoided people. Oh, I should be looking for bleached corals. I could have been doing that quest. Hey, look. I could have been doing that quest for a hot minute now. I wasn't paying any attention. I was just trying to get to the big islands. Interesting. I thought that was a meteor for a minute. Huh. Oh. I'm assuming he's gonna keep going on to Twisted. Which would be fine by me. No? He looks like he's stopped. No, no, he is. He's going on to Twisted. Perfect. I think he would wreck me right now. He looked like he was pretty good size. Well, not... I guess he didn't look like he was huge. He looked like he was probably... more way through adolescent than I am. And so I don't want to play with him. He is a-okay to go on his own way. I am surprised and thankful that I am not running into crap in the water. I'm not running into players, I'm not running into AI. Because sometimes those stupid, the Mixosauruses... Man, sometimes I'll get like 2 or 3 of them on me when I'm trying to make some of these crossings. And then you're just done. You're just done. Oh, hey, bleached coral. Yeah, we'll continue on. We'll continue on. I don't know if I actually want to... Whoops. I don't know if I actually want to quest in Palm Islands. Maybe, because it'll be somewhat safe. Probably. I feel like it can be a little boring over here. Oh, I hate that one. Yeah, I hate that one. Okay, well, let's make our way over there, I suppose, and see if we can't get some platyhystrix. Is that how you say that? Sounds right. It feels right. What are you? Oh, it's the... Oh! That works for me. I got stuck on a tree. You got stuck on a tree. Nice. I didn't realize he was going to attack me. That works out well, because then I don't have to chase him around. This area is kind of neat. I don't feel like this area gets enough love either. It's kind of a weird area. It's kind of like out and off to the side, and I don't know. I guess you kind of have to want to be over here to get over here. This isn't somewhere you're gonna pass through. Oops, I jumped way too early. If only I was a little taller. Uh-oh. Is he coming for me? Okay. I thought the What is that called? I can't remember. The long neck thing. I thought he was coming for me. Okay, so yeah, I think I find these on the main island on the rock walls. Grab it. On the rock walls. So that's what we're gonna do. Gonna traverse the rock walls. And then I don't think there's anything up there except for a water source. Oh, I heard it. There is a lookout point. Okay, maybe we will make our way up there then. Discovered Castaway Isle. Okay, I feel like I'm pretty far up on the isle to be discovering it now. Whatever. Whatever. Oh. Has this area gotten an update? Because I don't remember there being a cave here. And I don't remember there's so many of these weird rock formations. I definitely don't remember there being a cave here. This is kind of cool. This would make this a fun place to nest. Too bad I wouldn't be able to get in here as an adult. That is another thing that I wish they would do. I feel like a lot of the caves are made specifically for, like, the tiny guys. And I get it. But I also wish they would make caves for, like, the medium-sized guys, like this guy. I like caves too. I like being in the caves too. It sucks whenever they're too tiny for me, though. I would use them. I would also like to have caves big enough for, like, Rex and a Marg to go in too, though. I want caves of all sizes. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't remember there being so many weird rock formations. Could just be that I'm just never here. What do you got for me? I haven't taken on any of your quests. Oh. I do need to hunt a few more of them, but I don't particularly like the collect crap from AI quests. There's more mud here, too. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. I just feel like this is different. A lot of it feels different. Am I big enough to scratch these, or do I need to be sub? Hey! I can do that as an adolescent! Oh yeah, I still need to go cat mushrooms. That might not have been the smartest idea, because now people will know that someone was here. I don't know how long those take to reset. That looks cool. That'd be fun as a raptor. I don't remember that having so many footholds. Yeah. This area would be really cool as a raptor. I guess maybe that's what they're trying to go for with the cave, too. Interesting. People don't do a lot of nesting on officials for obvious reasons. I'm not... definitely not saying people should be nesting on officials. I like nesting and I like being nested in. But I used to play the Isle a lot, and I definitely have had my fair share of baby killers, both being adults and being other babies. Both of which are annoying. I don't mind if I'm killed as a baby for, like, food, but, like, just say you're doing that. Just be honest about it and be like, hey, I'm nesting people, like, literally just to feed me. And I know that, like, that's breaking a rule on some servers. I would kind of like to start my own server. I've thought about that a few times, and I just don't know if people would be interested. Maybe one day, if I get a following, I'll start my own server. 'Cause I'd really like a server set up kind of like the Isle. Because I loved... Oh, okay. He looked a little weird. I thought he was a, I thought he was something else. But, I loved the Isle. I loved the Isle. And I would love to have, like, a permadeath server with slow growth, but not, like, no growth, like officials. Like... But I also don't want, like, the boosted growth from quests. Like, you'd still have to do quests to get the points, but I don't really want the quests to give growth. Because the Isle, it was just a time thing. You knew that when you killed someone, you knew exactly how many hours they had into that thing. Because there was no, oh, let's go do a quest, unless they paid for the grow. Which I think would also be nice to add. And I don't know, it felt more survival. Because another thing that I don't like about Path of Titans is the maps feel too big. Like, I've been kind of trying to avoid people, but even whenever I was trying to avoid people on the Isle, it felt like you would still run into people. And I feel like in this game, I can very much avoid people if I really truly want. And I'm sure I could have on the Isle too. Maybe I just sucked. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know. I guess the Isle felt more like a survival game, and this kind of feels more like an arcade game. And I love them both. But if the Isle was on PlayStation, I would be playing the Isle. No question. No question in my mind. If I knew this body was still here, I would have taken that quest. That's annoying. Oh well. Maybe I'll hang out for just a minute to get this last one before we go to Twisted. Yeah. But yeah, I'd kind of like to start a server that's like the Isle. And maybe add like a few modded dinos, because I do feel like the roster is missing something, but I also feel like the dinos that would be added would need to be very... what's the word? Purposeful? Meticulous? Snug? I feel like there's a word that's kind of all those words, and I just can't think of it right now. But I feel like I would only want to add a few dinosaurs to fill out the roster, to like truly fill it out. Because like, one of the I play on a couple of different community servers, and one of the things that I hate about community servers is that they have too many dinosaurs, and then they have too many rules. So like, I'll hop in as a Cera, and I'm only allowed to group with Cera's, which I understand to an extent. But also, you have a total of like 50 dinosaurs to choose from, 30 of which are carnivores, so finding anyone at all that's playing Cera is slim on a 100-person server. Because, like, if you think about it, right, the servers right now are 100 people. I think they should be like 300 people for how big the maps are. I think that the maps absolutely need to be made smaller. There needs to be smaller versions of them. I feel like for the size of the map, it should be like 300 people. But when I hop into a server that has 100 players, and you have literally 50 dinosaurs I can choose from, the odds of being able to get into a group are low. Especially on, like, your bigger dinosaurs. Like, any of your apexes, you're pretty much guaranteed you're not going to find somebody. Unless somebody's willing to switch, right? Because sometimes I see that where people will be like, I'm playing Titan. Does anybody want to play Titan? And somebody will go, I'll switch, give me a minute. But that doesn't happen all the time. So, I really wish that there was, like, only, like, 7. I feel like there should only be, like, 7 dinosaurs to choose from. Because that way, it's almost guaranteed that somebody else is playing your dinosaur. Even if it's not, like, popular. Because I hate hopping into servers, picking a dinosaur, and then no one's playing that. No one. Because, like, one of the dinosaurs that I really wanted to play, and I feel like it used to be more fun maybe like a year ago, so I don't know if it got nerfed, but, Dilophosaurus. I really like Dilophosaurus. I tried playing it, like, a month ago. It sucks. And I don't know if it's just because there's so many other modded dinosaurs that it's just not balanced. I don't know. Or if it just got a huge nerf. And that's another thing that I don't like whenever, like, the servers add 20 different mods, and then they don't balance any of them. Because, like, another mod that I really like is, the Dominus. He's awesome. Being able to play as a dragon is so cool. He sucks. He sucks. His stamina is a joke. When he was first released, it was really bad. I'm actually disappointed that they even released him that way, because he was awful. I got into a server with a buddy, and I was just like, hey, let's duke it out. I want to see what this thing can do. And he tried a small, a medium... Hey, you didn't even wait. That's rude. We tried a small, a medium, and a large carnivore against it, and every single one of them kicked my fucking ass. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. I was like, I can't fly. It takes forever to get off the ground. I'm massive, and I turn so slow that you're able to just run circles around me with literally anything. I don't remember if it didn't have an AoE, or if the AoE was tiny, or if the AoE had too long of a wait, too long of a cooldown. But even the AoE was a joke, because I was like, by the time I'm able to actually do anything, you've hit me 17 times. And then the stamina, it had like no stamina. So even if you could get into the air, you couldn't actually get far enough away to end the fight. And then you'd run out of all your stam. Oh. Little crab. Actually, I could use you. like killing this thing out here, because I can get got from either side. But I do kinda need the food, so we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it. I do need to get to that home cave somewhat soon, because I could probably do all kinds of upgrades now. So we need to get that going. But yeah, when the Dominus was first released, it just sucked. It was massive, it was slow, it had no no stamina. Ugh. I'm talking too much and I'm not drinking enough. It also doesn't help that I'm drinking Coca-Cola instead of my usual tea. I had a lot of tea earlier today, so I was like, I want to have something a little different. Shouldn't have done that. Oh well. I'll have to fix it. But, yeah. So, I am happy that the Dominus has been changed, because it doesn't totally suck now. You can actually, if you're skilled with it, you can actually wreck house. I was actually playing with someone that was really good at it, but I kind of cut ties with them. The skill, I think, was getting to everyone's head. Which sucks, too. I'd love to have, like, a group of people to play this game with, because I really like this game. And I definitely think that this is a game that is more fun with other people. But I feel like I just struggle to find people that are just worth the effort. And then I find them, and then, like, I feel like they're not really playing anymore. Because I was playing with a couple of other people on a server, and, like, we weren't, like, friends or nothing, we just happened to keep running into each other. But I haven't seen them in, like, months, and so it's kind of like, man, another one bites the dust, I guess. I don't know, it almost feels like the good people don't stay very long. And part of me gets it, because this game can get to be really toxic. The game was having many issues with that for a moment, where a bunch of mod creators were actually going to just up and ditch the game because people were being really rude, really entitled for no good reason. I still don't understand that. I do and I don't, because, like, I understand if, like, oh, you wanted that dinosaur to be a certain way, but I also don't understand if, like, shitting on somebody's work. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into that. A lot of time and effort into that. Making the model, making the animations. I don't know. But I also understand it to an extent, because I remember whenever the Capro came out, and I was very disappointed, because I really like Capro. And are you dead? He is. I thought it was a player body. Hopefully that means he's not in the area anymore. Hopefully he's skedaddled. But, I mean, part of me gets it, because I remember whenever the Capra came out, and I was very disappointed, because I really liked Capro, and I wanted the Capro to be taller and have its legs under it instead of to the sides like a crocodile. I wasn't happy with how low to the ground it was. I also didn't love the animation on it. And I still don't love the animation on it because it's like this weird, like, hopping, jumping, gallop. And I just don't love it. It has grown on me over time. I still don't like playing it because I feel like it's just, again, a bully. And I kind of feel like the people that play it aren't very nice. Like, they play it specifically because they know people don't like fighting it. Because it's incredibly fast and low to the ground. But I also didn't feel like the need or that it was my place to go and, like, message the team that made it to be like, that's not how he looks and that's not scientifically accurate and I want the retro version, blah blah blah. I didn't feel the need to do that. It's their creation. If they want him to be more crocodile-esque, they're the ones that put the months into it, right? They're the ones that put the time, the effort, and the love into it. And it can be whatever the hell they want it to be, because they're the ones that did literally all the work, right? Just because it wasn't to my liking doesn't make it bad. It just makes it not to my liking. You don't have to play it if it's not to your liking. I was disappointed. But not so much that I was gonna go try to bully someone into doing what I wanted. Like, what? It was what they wanted. They were happy with it. It was their project. But not only that, but like, just wait. Just wait. You know, another mod team may very well pick up the Capro and decide, you know what, I'm also going to do a Capro. And maybe that Capro will be everything you ever wanted and dreamed and wished it could be. Or, you know, whatever dinosaur you're unhappy with. But maybe, don't go harass people that have dedicated months of their lives to this creature, because again, it wasn't to my liking. It's still a beautiful model. It's still a beautiful creature. If I wanted it to my liking, then I should have been on the team, right? Or I should have hired someone. If I wanted it to be exactly how I wanted it to be, then I should have paid for it. But I didn't. It's this free thing that they gave us that you're nitpicking. And I don't understand why. Just like the entitlement of people. Okay, I think I want one of these two then. So health or damage? let's do damage. And then that might be nice. I imagine that one will come in handy more than the other one would. So let's do that one there, and that one there, and that one there. And then do I have time? Do I have money for others? Oh. Yeah, it tracks corpses, which would be helpful if I was playing on a server where people had to sit on them. Ew. Oh, it's expensive too. Nah. Can I do a more camo? Whoa. Decisions. Wrong button. Ooh. We're gonna go, I guess, Sandy? Say that should be changing. Yeah, the spots. We'll go with that. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. That might be a horrible decision. Lord knows. Lord knows. But yeah, I don't know. The toxicity just killed me. You got this thing for free. Why are you bitching about it? And like, I say that and I just bitched about it. Why are you... Because like, you're allowed to have your opinion. Why are you going out of your way to hurt someone? Why do you think your opinion is so important that you needed to go, like, actively target that person? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand why you would actively target them. Like, again, even if you didn't like it, you're not gonna like everything. You're not gonna like everything. Why don't you just be happy about the things you do like? Like, there are plenty of awesome mods. Why don't you just focus your attention on one of them? Instead of focusing on the one you don't like. Out of the like 70 we have, just pick one of the other 70. Like, there's so much variety. And you're just choosing to be miserable? You're choosing to spread misery? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do you gotta make the world a worse place? Why can't you just realize that it took somebody months to do that? And appreciate that they had the free time and the skill to do it at all. The rest of the areas are kind of higher populated areas. But I think it's about time to hit a new area. Yeah, I just don't understand why there's so many people that just seem to actively wanna just like shit on the world. Like, it sucks. We all know that it sucks. But, you know, nobody asked you to make it suck more. Nobody was like, wow, you know what would be really great if that person just decided to make their life's goal today to just make the world a little worse. Huh. There's something over there. What? I was just curious what it was. Stompy? Whatever it was. I don't know. I wish more people would try to make it their life's mission to make the world better. And I know there's going to be people out there that are like, oh, you're living in a pipe dream over there. Doesn't have to be, though. Doesn't have to be a pipe dream. Would just take a little cooperation. That's kind of a pipe dream. Getting lots of different people to cooperate. Man, if we just do that, the housing market wouldn't be fucked. Man. I don't know. This is kind of a good skin for this area. Would probably not be great for mud flats, which is where I was planning on going next, but it's good for Twisted. Probably be good for Dry Fang. Right, Twisted and Dry Fang would be where this would be best at. I'm gonna make it to sub-adult, I do believe. I'm gonna have to go look for a fight. Stompy boy. Oh, Sarco. That could be bad, especially because I was wanting to cross over into mud flats. That might not be a good idea. Wish I knew what he was doing. Where he was going. Got me thinking twice about mud flats now, though. I might do it anyways. If he sticks me on an island, I could always just log out. Because fighting him wouldn't be... There's no point. If he's got clamp, there's just no point. I don't know, though. Maybe I should play that way. Maybe I should play of, like, I survive or I don't. You figure out how to get yourself out of the situation, or you die. Departed Twisted. Oh, I thought I could get up on this rock. Clearly not. Silly me, thinking I could make that incline. Okay, we need to get over to the water source at some point. I guess I'm not in dire need of water. The server might start to die off now too. People, I played with lots of different kinds of people, but I played with some people that when the server gets down to like its last hour or so, they'll start server hopping to find a new server. Because they'll be like, oh, this server's dying, there's not enough people. And so they'll start server hopping, and whoever finds, like a fresh server the fastest, everybody just follows along and hops along with them. Best place to cross here. Hopefully this was it. God, you're a slow swimmer. Come on, dude. Such a slow swimmer. Okay, let's snag this. Jeez, the tree's just whipping over there. Is there no one here? Do the hotspots work on officials? I've discovered most of the dry areas. Except for the 2 islands in the center there. And then the ones at the bottom. We're just kind of making our rounds. What is that? Looks like a big log. What is that? I don't remember you being here last time. It's just for show. That's cool. That's cool. Not everything has to be interactive. Sometimes it's just nice to have stuff to change up the terrain a little bit. Dried kelp? Ugh, I don't want dried kelp. Can I have something else, please? We've actually grown this faster than I thought we would. Which is kind of another thing that I do and don't like about Path of Titans versus the Isle, is like, I feel like this would be like a 5-hour grow. Like, this would be like a 4 or 5 hour grow on the Isle. Like, Rick's is like a 6 or 7 hour grow. Oh, it's dangerous. Oh, it's dangerous, but we're gonna go for it. Oh, it looks like we're safe. Looks like we're gonna make it. Looks like we're fine. Nice. But yeah, I don't know. I do miss the days when, like, it took all night to grow something. Oh my good god. I don't know if he saw me or if he just literally doesn't give a fuck what's behind him. He's just like picked a direction. And is dedicated. Aw, come on. Okay. I hate whenever it does that. I wish that the quest wouldn't end unless you left the POI. I wish it was one of the red quests. Oh, I gotta lay down. That's right. I was like, I just gotta pass through it. Nope, the other ones you pass through. First one, you gotta lay down. But yeah, I really wish that there was a server, and maybe there is, and I don't know that it exists yet, but I wish that there was a server on this game where it either had, like, very few or no modded dinosaurs. I would love to have one of the modded maps, because I think there's like 4 maps now, and they all look amazing, but no one uses them. But I'd like to have, like, very few or no modded dinos, one of the modded maps, and then just, like, some basic rules. Like, low rules or semi-realism. I don't want the profiles. I do not want to have to know every stupid tiny little thing that my dinosaur can and can't do. I don't want to have to think about every decision I've made. And I don't want to have to read up on the other player's profile to know if they broke the rules or not either. I don't like that. Ugh. Oh no. I think it's time to skedaddle. Wow, he literally just does not care. I wonder what he's on a mission for. I don't know. But I'm not sure if he could give less of a fuck about his surroundings. And that's weird. That's another thing that I don't like about Path, is because there's not permadeath, people don't care if they die. It also, like, I feel like it creates people that don't follow the rules more too. And I feel like it makes the community less harsh when the rules aren't kept, because, like, I feel like in the Isle, if you didn't follow the server rules, they ban your ass. You were gone. If you were messing around and killing things that took people like a third of the day to grow, you were out. It didn't matter if you had paid for that dino, no one cared. I thought I heard somebody over there, but I needed the food, so I didn't really care. Oh. Spino dude. It's just everywhere. Hey, my man. Oh, crap. There is 2 of you. I'm probably dead. No? They're not full grown. But still. I didn't realize there was 2 of them. Or are these different Spinos? Is there a Spino pair and a single Spino? Are we just like Spinos galore? And is everybody that's Spino friendly? What? This is so weird. I thought of all the dinosaurs that Spinos would be the most unfriendly. Huh. How absolutely strange. Well, I have a small problem. I need to go to the bathroom, so I guess we're gonna sit in this bush if they're gonna be chill. Which is like the weirdest thing ever. I don't know if they even know I'm still here, if they think I've already logged out. Lord knows. What a strange playthrough. We're almost sub though, so I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'll be back, and we should definitely make it the rest of the way to sub. So, and then maybe like halfway through sub, I'll be a little more inclined to get into fights. I wasn't worried about him when there was just one, because it did look like he was like maybe mid to late adolescent. And I'm not like totally opposed to getting into fights, but like I do kind of want the fights to be somewhat fair. I don't want to get into a fight with like a full-blown, full-grown Spino. But I'll be right back. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, I have returned. Just needed to get a refill. I guess not a refill. I wanted tea. I've been drinking that Coca-Cola, which is quite tasty. We went and got some Mexican Coca-Cola is what the store called it. It's just Coca-Cola with real sugar. It's just Coca-Cola with real sugar. But for whatever reason, we like to call it Mexican Coca-Cola. Whatever. I'm sure that it's sold in other places besides Mexico. Obviously, it's sold here. But I did need some tea. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Soothe my voice a little bit. Okay. I'm going to assume that those Spinos, both the two littles and the one full grown, I'm going to assume that they have all fully skedaddled. I am not horrendously close to that water source, but I'm sure I'll find mushrooms along the way, so yeah, I guess let's just go for it. Hold up. Speaking of which, we can complete one of them right off the get-go. Okay, I'd like to get to sub before calling it a night. So that way, if or when I come back, we will be mostly grown. We'll be in the last growth stage. I need Rusula and Amanita. Amanita and Rusula. Which I think you can find both of those over here. I don't think they're horrendously easy to find over here. It's better if you actually swim back over to that side. And ooh, there's bridges. I should take advantage of that. I am hearing stompings. Oh, they are still... Oh no, that's the adult. That's the adult. That's a whole problem. I almost feel bad. I almost want to, like, offer myself. Just because I'm sure he's struggling to eat, to exist, to do anything. This is not the safest option. But I'm going for it. I'm gonna try to peek. Oh, 10 minutes. 10 minutes on this server. Very nice, very nice. Whoops, I didn't mean to bite. Okay, let's get back down there. Sometimes I don't know when it's the music and when it's actually a problem. I should cross back over, shouldn't I? Ooh, there's a lookout. Hold up. I should do that. I should do that first. Literally free growth. Just have to stand somewhere and not get killed. So that Spino is patrolling this area. So I need to be mindful of the water. I wonder if he's grouped with the two young ones. And he was just kind of off trying to find some food. I wonder if he started rushing over when they saw me. I wonder if they were like, come here, there's little Cera. I would have been like, you get him! Or at least start attacking him so that... Maybe not, because I'm probably faster. Maybe not. Oh, man. No! Why? Right at the end there. Okay, I need... Oh, I need those. Very nice. And then I just need amniota. And I need to keep an ear out. For potential danger. Oh wow, this has been scratched up 4, 5, 8 times? What is all over here? Uh-oh. I'm swimming, and I don't want to be swimming. Okay, there is stuff. There's gotta be people in my general vicinity. I thought there'd be amniota over here along the edge of the water. That is not seemingly the case. Or amanita. I say amniota and it's wrong. Amanita? Amanita. Amanita. Amanita dictionary. Oh, what? Sorry. I'm so, could you decide if you want to fight me or not? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Could you just make up your mind? Good choice. I like that choice. You're being very noisy over there. You're being very noisy. You're very noisy for someone with such a small mouth. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. Am I gonna be able to find the amanita before the 6 minutes is up? I don't know. I don't actually know. But we're gonna try. Just keep running, just keep running, just keep running, running, running. What do we do? We get the fuck out of there. Come on. Give me some little red mushrooms. Just a few. Ah, it was a turtle shell. What a tease. What a tease. Come on, little red mushrooms. Little red mushrooms. Lots of little red flowers. I don't want to run out of all of my stamina. Just because I'm getting bigger and I'm getting stompy. So I'm getting easier to track from farther distances. Dang it. Every time I think I found them, it's the stupid flowers. Oh, there's some. Not enough. Oh, nope, there's more here. Okay, cool. We will at least get this one then. We will at least get this one. And yeah, I was like, I think I heard... Oh, does it have to be an anthill or can it be these flowers? Hey, look, it can be the flowers. It should really just be like collect insects or collect invertebrates. Collect bugs. Because I feel like it does that a lot. It'll specify that it needs to be an anthill, and it absolutely doesn't. I thought that flower moved for a minute, and I was like, I'm dead. I'm dead. They found me. And I'm dead. Okay, I don't want that quest. It's annoying. So we're gonna go over here, because I think... Yeah. Yeah. There's a crow. There's a crow. I was not keeping a very good eye out for milk caps, to be honest. So I could have ran past a bunch of them and not even known. Because I kind of forgot I had that one. I don't think I have, though. But I should be near where I can get them, I think. I know that there's some up by this home cave. So I guess we'll head in that direction? Or should we head toward the swamp over here? That's a tough one. Because we could try to get Woolemi and Hills. Nah, I think we're gonna head toward the swamp. I kind of want to hit the trike on the way, though. So I do need to kind of go up and away first. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed we ain't gonna make it? That's cool. That's cool. We might hit hills while we're over here. Maybe not. Yeah. I think it'll be pretty easy, so we might as well. We might as well. Can I have some of these? I thought there were more of these here. But now I'm starting to question. Did I just walk right? I just walked right past them. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough time, am I? No! Oh, I might. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. Yep, host closed connection. That's fine. Okay. And then immediately get off of that. Perfect. Oh, that would have been nice if I would have gotten that one again. Dang. Oh well. So we want to hit the pond over there because it should give us a discovery quest for like Trike Mountain or something. I can't remember. Oh, that's a weird little overhang. Okay. Why is there a weird little overhang? Is that gonna have a purpose, or is it just for the fun of having it? This is weird, all the snapped trees. It looks cool, but I do kind of hope that there's, like, story. Because sometimes I feel like they do stuff like that, like, and it looks cool, right? Of, like, something came through and those are footsteps. Those are footsteps. Hold up. Look at that mountain. Oh. He could probably mess up my day. But I don't think I'm about to hide from a Dynon or a Latin. So... You have food. Well, not anymore. I don't think I'm gonna hide from a little Dynon. He is welcome to challenge me. He is welcome to get the first hit. I'm not gonna discover this down here, am I? I need to go up. I think, to the bigger pond. Ornery little thing. Sticks. Okay, I want to go up a level. Yeah. Okay, because I want the discovery quest. I want to get to sub. And I know some people will be like, oh, you should have been worried about the Dynon or whatever. And it's like, well, if he's really good, don't get me wrong, he could kill me. Don't get me wrong. But, like, I don't know. I feel like my creature wouldn't naturally be scared of that creature. So I'm not going to sit here and fear him. I feel like my creature naturally would have been a little cautious of one little Spino, would have naturally been very cautious of two, would have naturally been very cautious of one big Spino. Don't feel like something this size would have naturally been cautious of a Dynon. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If there was like 2 or 3 of them, maybe not 2, maybe like 3 or 4 of them. If there was like 3 or 4 of them, yeah, that could get to be a bit of a problem. I think I could take 2 of them. That could be wishful thinking, especially because I'm not quite sub yet. So this could all just be wishful thinking. But I think I could have held out against even 2 of them. I hope I could have held out against 2 of them. Maybe not win, but at least it would have been an interesting fight. Again, it kind of depends on the skill of the other party, too. Is this a cave? No. It kind of depends on the skill of the other party, too. Because you could definitely come across one Dynon player that could, like, just kick anything's ass. And then you could also come across a group of 5 that couldn't kill literally anything. Ever. No matter what. Hey, sticks. Oh! Another server that's gonna restart soon. That's okay, I don't think I'll be on that much longer. Rock. There should be rock along the spines. I think this one's actually, yeah, on this side. Oh, I have unclaimed quests. Well, can we collect a little bit more rock, please? And keep an ear out for troubles. Like that. I am not good at the calls. I was in the Isle, but there's just so many dinosaurs in this game. If I was good about just staying on officials, I would probably learn them because there's only a handful. Why am I at 40% completion of this area, but you're not giving me anything? That's very annoying. Well, we can go over here a little bit. We could check what's at the water. Something screamed, and it's probably over there. The bog. Oh. Really? Scared the crap out of me. Come here. Oops, I wanted to eat that. There we go. Who sent me a friend request? I don't really like accepting random friend requests. I'd kind of like to know who you are, what you are, where you are. Okay, I think that's a ramp. A ramp for whatever. A rampy and something very stompy. I'm almost tempted. I'm almost tempted to fight the stompy. probably... too big. Is it on the other side of the rock? Does it have a ramp fee? I don't know. Question is what is it? What is it? Uh-oh. am definitely not great at the tracking, am I? Don't fight me, please. Oh. It's a stego and a hats. Is the hats picking on the stego? Hmm. Well, dang it. I was kind of wanting to get into a fight. I thought that stego was smaller. I was going to help him with the hatses. But I think he might have already. I think he might have already made them change their mind. He is kind of stompy, though. Man, he is loud. Well, that other thing went toward the water that way. Love to get some branches. So that I can get the last bit of growth to hit sub. Kind of looking for trouble at this point. Problem is, tracking hats is going to be easier said than done. Because I'd love to get the jump on them. I think that'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool if I could get the jump on them. Problem is they can just move so fast. Here 1 minute, gone the next. I thought I heard them in this direction, though. I guess they've gone quiet. Oh, I got a long way until I'm up to... Okay, maybe I am still tracking them. That'll be enough to get me to sub, I think. Well, even if they're not here, this is getting into Woolemi. Something would definitely be over here. A minute and 22 seconds? Oh, because I discovered two places, like, one right after the other. I was like, what the heck? Why do I have so much growth? I shouldn't be questioning good things. It's very quiet. Why is it so quiet? Oh, I've reached subadult. I was like, why did I get all the noises? And it looks like there is like nothing here. I think I see something. Yeah, I'm knocking that down. Oh, it's in a kilometer. I think. I don't think I could catch him. But I think he is what we saw a minute ago. I think he's also full grown. I don't know if it's worth trying that. Unless he tries me. I don't know if I want to grow in a kilobator. Well, hello. I'm being danced around. Being danced around. This game is so weird. You're a little weird. A little weird. There's probably more food back here. I hate killing him if he's cool. Part of me's like, I should have done it. It'd be a good end to the video. But I think everybody's getting ready to log off too. Nice. And I think I'm gonna get ready to log off as well. We ran across a bunch of people at the end here though, so that's nice. I would really like a little bit of AI. But it looks like it's not going to give it to me. What was that? It sounded like a little honk. Okay. Whatever, what do I know? Ooh, there's food left. Oh, not very much. Whatever, I'll take it. Aww. Really not very much. Anything that moves. Anything that moves. Nothing is moving. This was another thing that would be super annoying about the Isle, is you would have grown, like, your Rex for, like, 7 hours, right? And then you couldn't find anything to feed it. I've had a Rex starve to death, which is, I'm going to say, the second most annoying way to die. The most annoying way to die was, I was a Rex and I was just roaming around, just chilling, looking for a good fight. And I actually ran across one of these. And some of you know exactly how that story goes. The Cera looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I went, that doesn't seem like a very fun fight. I was like, I don't really want to, like, I wasn't super duper hungry yet. I was getting a little hungry. But I was like, I don't want to just totally annihilate someone. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. So I think I gave him a little shimmy, a little dance. Just to be like, hello. Like, I see you, but I don't want you. Bye. And I was going to continue on to the next pond and hope that something was there. Well, he started approaching me, and I was like, fine, whatever. If you want to fight, fine, I'll fight you. And so he's staring me down as I'm walking away, and I'm like, is he gonna do this? Surely he's not going to do this. And then he started approaching me, and I was like, oh, okay. He is in fact going to do this. Fine. Fine. That's how you want it to be? That's how it'll be. And he came at me, and he ran around me, and he got behind me, and there was not a goddamn thing I could do. He stayed right on my tail for the entire fight. And unfortunately, we were out in the middle of effing nowhere, so I had nothing I could, like, back up against. And he just stayed right on my ass the whole time. And killed me. And it pissed me off so much. Because I was like, why? How? Why can he do that? Why can he just get on my ass and stay there? Now that we've got 2 minutes left, you're gonna start spawning shit? But I was like, why? Why can he just get on my ass and stay there? I was so pissed. I was like, his stupid 4-hour creature just killed my, like, 7-hour creature. I was so mad. Especially because I knew it wasn't a fair fight. And that's what I had been looking for the last, like, hour. Is all I wanted was a fair fight. All I had wanted the whole time was a fair fight. And it just pissed me off so much that all that time and effort to looking for a fair fight, and somebody else came along and went, they don't know. They don't know that I can just tail ride them. And I was so pissed. I was so pissed off. I didn't grow Rex again after that. Because at that point they were working on Evrima, so I knew that they were never going to come back and fix it. And I ain't ever playing Rex again. Because if he knows, 100 other people know. And it's just not worth it. But the server's about to restart. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe and share if you know anybody who would be interested in this kind of content. And have a wonderful day. Bye! Oops, wrong button.